Hello, friends. Good morning. Hope you are doing pretty well today. My name is Samuel Gutierrez, and I am a English degree student with English emphasis. And today I have a special activity about speaking. So let's check how I have spent my speaking ability. I'm gonna share with you my screen, and we are going to check the answers sent by the teacher. So, as you can see, we have one, two, three, four, five questions in which I'm gonna talk for 1 minute. I'm gonna lean on another screen, and this is practically a timer. So, with this timer, I'm gonna practically take in mind the time in which I have to speak. 1 minute to answer and keep speaking. So, let's try and start with the activity. So I'm gonna share my screen again with you. So I'm gonna share the questions. And the first one, let's spin the wheel. Number one.
Describe the strangest food you have ever eaten or almost ate. What happened, and would you eat it again?
Well, one of the strangest food I have ever eaten practically was raya. It was a fish from the sea, and I ate it in Venezuela. My wife is a Venezuelan citizen, and that was the first time which I ate a raya. At the beginning, I was so scared because I have never eaten kind of fish. Maybe I could have a bad reaction with the fish. And but at the end, practically it was delicious. And yeah, I want to eat it again because it's soft and it's kind of gummy to chew, to chew to chew, to chew. And I have to say that you can combine this kind of fish with another ingredients. You can say, for example, arepa, which is really typical in Venezuela. Here in Colombia, it's not popular. Maybe in the Caribbean, maybe in Cartagena, maybe in Santa Marta, maybe in San Andres. But here in the center of Colombia, where I live, is not so popular. I'm really crazy about that food. And I hope the next year I tried this dish again. So, number one is out. Let's continue. Let's eliminate the question. Spin the wheel. Perfect.
Tell a story about a time you made a funny or embarrassing mistake in English. What did you say, and how did people react?
Well, I have to remember once that I was starting to speak in English. We were in group in a classroom, all meeting, and we were doing a writing activity. We were just starting, and I didn't remember the difference about the pronunciation between hungry and angry. So practically, everybody was focused on the activity, and practically I stand up, and I remember that I say, "Oh my God, I'm angry. I'm angry. Are you angry too?" And the teacher said, "Why are you angry, Samuel?" And I said, "Yeah, teacher, I want food." Ah, you mean that you are hungry, not angry, because angry is because you are mad about something. And I said, "Ah, okay, it's hungry. I'm not hungry." Yes, and the teacher said, "Ah, okay, I thought that you were angry because something, maybe the activity, and you didn't feel comfortable." And that was so really funny. At the end, I had to practice for a lot the pronunciation, and I found the importance of the good pronunciation. So let's continue over here with the question. Let's eliminate. There we go. Excellent.
Talk about a time when you got lost. Where were you? What did you do? And how did you find your way?
Well, I have to say, one time I was lost. I got lost. It was on my motorcycle, and I was really, really scared because I really loved that motorcycle. It was in Bogota. I came from Suba. Yeah, I came from Suba. And I have to come to La Avenida Boyacá, 80 Avenue. But when I came to the 80 Avenue, I took a round point and I took the wrong way. So practically I came to another neighborhood. It was in Suba too. So I practically out and enter again. So I was so really scared because the neighborhood looks so dangerous, and I felt really scared because I didn't understand the addresses which I can phone. Practically, I have to ask to the people, I'm sorry, can you help me? I'm lost, so I don't know how to come to the 80 Avenue. The people was really collaborative in that time. I really thank to the people, but I really, really felt really scared. So I was in my motorcycle, loved my motorcycle, and I didn't want. But thanks God, I could get out from the neighborhood, and I came to the 80 Avenue again. Practically, I came home again. So let's eliminate that question. There we go. What about the next? Ta-da!
Imagine your pet or a favorite animal could talk for one day. What would they say, and what would you do together?
Well, that is an interesting question. I have a pet. It's a dog. Its name is Clifford. It's one of the dog who see you and you can hope a really good time. I imagine that if he could talk, I'm sorry, if he could talk for one day, practically the happiness could be so much because, for example, when I came from the town, I come back home from the town, he gets really happy and he's like explode of energy. He start to jump. I think that hey, how are you doing? How are you? What did you do? What did you bring for me? That kind of things. After that, when we greet, practically I keep in my hands and I say, stay, 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 and we start to run. So I imagine that he start to say keep things like, okay, do you want to run? So let's make a race. So three, two, one. And at the end, I think that he could ask for something because he always win. I am not as fast as him, but I think that he could be a really, really funny day. Let's eliminate this question, and we have the blue one. The blue one. Okay.
Talk about a day when everything went wrong, but in the end, something funny or good happened.
Well, a day when everything went wrong. I remember once when I had to go to Bogota, and the day started bad because first of all, there was a leak, and it started on my clothes. So at the beginning of the day, I took a shower that morning. I remember, and when I went to get dressed, the jacket was wet practically. When I had to leave my home, I had to look for another jacket because the jacket normally, but I just found it's not a kind of clothes that I like, but the jacket was Oh my God, I'm sorry. I have to start again. Wah, wah, wah. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start again. So I remember once I have to go to Bogota, and the morning special was so cold. It was so rainy, and I remember there was a leak on my jacket. Practically, I had another jacket, but it was not as a it was not as protective as the another that I wanted. So I left my home. The bus was so late and I came late. I'm sorry. I was late to the medical appointment, and the medical appointment, the secretaries almost cancel my date because they said, I'm sorry, Mr. Gutierrez, but you are late, so today you cannot present the appointment. And I started to talk with them. I'm sorry I was so late because it was rainy. The bus was so late. It was not my intention. I live in another town, and I am not living in Bogota. I don't have any other time to come here because I work in security, and I need that medical appointment, those medical examinations right now because it's so really important. At the end of the day, well, the nurses, the secretary said, "Okay, we are going to check for a space in the agenda. Let's see how can I help you." Fortunately, the appointment was possible, thanks God. And practically, after that appointment, I leave the medical center and I went to drink a delicious coffee. So that was a great date at the end. I love the happy ends. Okay, practically those were the answers about the questions. I hope you really enjoy the activity and see you in the next opportunity. Okay, bye bye everybody. See you in the next opportunity.